Hello everyone, welcome to Hyperlash Extras here. I guess because we're dealing with a little bit of robot combat here, I might go by Team Plasma Robotics. You know that name might already be taken, but it's a work in progress. This is my Beetleweight robot, Salamander. And I know, well, you guys don't know yet, but I know that I also have a couple other robots in the works as well, but I weren't very experienced on those ones, while this one's more of a reasonable design. Salamander's aesthetics are obviously off of a salamander, specifically, I think it's called the blue-spotted salamander. Some of you might be interested in this video for the more specific parts of the robot, so I'll get right into it. Alright, so I got the bot opened up. I know it's a little messy, but bear with me for a little bit. So for the drive, we have two brushless Megaspark motors from FingerTech. Also, I'm Canadian here, so it's much easier to get Megasparks and use them compared to other motors. Then the rest of the bot, the wheels, are connected by two pulleys that are, not much else to them. If you really want to know how they're sized and all that, they are FingerTech 18 tooth pulleys. Then we and those connect to the 50 millimeter wheels, 50 millimeter large wheels. I'm getting that wrong. Is it 50 millimeter? Isn't it circumference of the wheel? Not much else there with the drive. You could see I have a couple mounting thingies, mounting nut strips, if you actually want to know the name, right in between for the back panel that I might show you a little bit later. Now onto the electronics, or where everything's supposed to go. This right here is my little receiver. This will be the 3S. I think it's gonna be the 1000 milliamp. Yeah, in case you wondering, I'm not very experienced with this. The 3S 1000 milliamp battery will be right there. I have a 2836 motor. Yeah, it's a 283. No, it's a prop drive 2826 brushless motor. In case you're wondering, I'm probably not gonna do a prop drive, but yeah, I just put this in here because it's a good model and matches most of the other 2826/36 motors. Then I have the two drive ESCs on the right and a weapon ESC on the left. I have space for all of those. This will be a compact bot, but at the same time it has a good amount of space inside. And as you may have noticed, the pulleys are also inside of the robot. That is gonna make it easier to survive somewhat, because I've seen a lot of robots lose their drive pulleys and end up losing either half of their drive, like the front half or back half, or even an entire side of drive. So hopefully that should make it not as easy for it to fall apart. Again, the whole thing's just lined with nut strips. Then let's close this up first. Here's the back panel, if anyone's wondering. I'm probably also going to use it to paint Salamander somewhere else on the top panel. Then onto the weapon. The weapon is let me show you real quick. The little rotation length, if I could find this. The rotation length of the disc is 90 or like 89.8 millimeters. That's its little circumference, the little area it can reach, which, when comparing to the size of the bot, isn't very much. As you can see, like, I have all this space under the robot, but the disc still doesn't go any further than the bottom of the robot, which also means I'm going to be very reliant on my forks to use my weapon, which might be something I want to change in the future, but this is the first version of Salamander. Let's test it out. This is I believe I designed it to be similar to the 28 tooth fingertech pulley. In case you are confused on how this might not work, I did a little reverse engineering on the pulley, so it's basically the pulley just plastic with that extra little space on it. The weapon is connected to the pulley by 6 screws. I'm pretty sure they're 632 screws. 632 screws. Or 440 screws. Then the rest of it is just filled by this little shoulder bolt holding it all in. There's going to be some bearings inside of here to keep the weapon, have it some friction, get to a much less load on the axle. Then there's just a hex hole, a nut holding the shoulder bolt in, as well as what are these called again? yeah, you could see my lack of experience here. Washers. Those are the washers there. The washers are also going to come in very handy with the drive system, keeping it from potentially sliding out. Oh, and also the motors, or the front drive, is a live axle as well. That's why I'm going to need the washers to hold it in along with the rest of the stuff. Then, let's move on to our forks and our protection system. Our offense, as well as the disc. So the forks, compared to the rest of the bot, aren't very long, but they're mainly just designed to try to either block fingertech beater bars, because that is quite popular in the Beetleweight category, or to just quickly get a bot up to the weapon. Worst case scenario, weapon stops, so that's what these little curves are for. To keep the bot locked in or somewhat still in my control. Once we get rid of said forks, then there's how about we get the whole wedge in here? The wedge version is supported by these two little things that have a nut strip on them, and then that connects to our little friend, the wedge. I designed the wedge to mainly deflect horizontal blows, as what the wedge is normally for. The wedge is not designed to protect the rest of the robot. It's more just to try and deflect and scoop up robots, so there's a good chance that a horizontal might nick my wheels. That's, again, another design thing that I might reconsider in the future, as well as the horizontal can badly damage any of the weapon systems. There isn't much else to Salamander for now. I will add googly eyes, that is for sure. You cannot keep me out of that. Oh, and also for my discs, I have made a lot of different discs to try and find out what would be right for Salamander, and I think it's just going to be this one right here. That I gave the little nickname Spartan. No, not Spartan, like, the Beetleweight from NHRL, or not from, but competes there. Anyways, yeah, that's it for Salamander. If any of you guys have any experience building, it would be appreciated to point out any massive design flaws, because I do not want to just waste my time on this thing. And yeah, I'll see you all next time and leave you off with a little render.